Tech companies spend $29 billion a year on trolls. I'm Tonya Hall for ZDNet and Tech Republic, and joining me is Ken Seddon. He is the CEO of Lot Network. Welcome, Ken.
Hi, good morning. Thank you, and thank you for having me, Tonya. I'm glad to be here.
So what does Lot Network do? You're a nonprofit, right?
We are. We're a nonprofit. We're simply a trade association. We're a community of companies that have gotten together to protect companies from patent trolls.
What are patent trolls? Are patent assertion entities? I mean, describe the problem as it is today to scale.
Yeah, great question. PAEs, patent assertion entities, or the street name is patent trolls, are these companies that go around buying patents and then suing companies for settlement money. On average, companies spend about $29 billion a year licensing, litigating, and dealing with these patent trolls. And in fact, patent trolls are responsible for about 85% of all patent litigation that happens in the US.
Do patent trolls really inhibit innovation, or are they just an expensive nuisance?
Well, $29 billion goes a long way towards innovation. And the average lawsuit's about $1 million just to defend it without settling it. And we feel that's money that's better spent on R&D, new products, or returning to investors. The really scary part is this just isn't a big boy problem. About 50% of the companies sued by patent trolls make less than $10 million in annual revenue. The reason being, patent trolls see these startups as easy targets because they don't have sophisticated legal resources to fight back.
How does Lot actually support this issue with startups?
Well, the real irony with the troll problem is that companies only have themselves to blame. About 80% of the patents that trolls use in these litigation campaigns actually originated from an operating company. So companies are the ones that are selling patents to trolls and then suing other companies. So what Lot is this community of 260 plus companies who have agreed that if any of our patents ever fall into the hands of a troll, everybody in the community gets an automatic and free license. Until that happens, all the normal and traditional uses of patents are fair play.
Why are big tech companies giving away free patents?
Well, like I said, we're a nonprofit, and my job is to add as much value as we can to our members. I work for my membership. Certainly the large companies, they want to get as many companies to join as possible. But about a third of our members, about 85 of our companies are startups. And they're all constantly telling me they're looking for access to patents. They realize they waited too long to file their own patents. Patents are very expensive. So through the generosity of our large companies, they've donated several thousands of assets that we're now giving away for free to startups that join our community.
I know this is a really big problem, and it's a big problem for startups as well as, like you said, other businesses. So what kind of legislative reform might help with the patent troll problems?
Well, there's been multiple efforts to try to do this. And unfortunately, over the last couple of years, there's been some effort, both at the Supreme Court level and with Congress. But patent trolls are very sophisticated. These people, are very savvy, very well resourced, and they know how to circumvent the process. That's what they're best at. So quite honestly, my large members are telling me there is no hope of any sort of legislative reform happening in the next 3 to 4 years.
Is this something that startups are just neglecting to do, or is this just something that they need to be more aware of?
I think it's just a question of priorities. I mean, I understand startups are trying to get capital, they're trying to get their product to market, they're trying to get business. I understand that. And usually IP is number 11 on their top 10 of things to do. And the problem is they just get to it too late. And that's why we're trying to make Lot as simple as possible. Lot is free for anybody with less than $25 million. We're giving you free patents that you can use any way you want. You can sell them, you can use them to secure financing, you can assert them. And so we try to make it as easy as possible to join. And one piece of mind that I think startups might appreciate is everybody is signing the exact same document. So whether you're Google, Red Hat, JP Morgan Chase, or a startup working out of your garage, everyone is signing the exact same document and making the exact same commitment.
With the convergence of technology, how is software and cloud computing putting companies more at risk?
Well, honestly, everyone's becoming more high-tech. And the more high-tech you are, the more exposed you are to trolls. They're very savvy. They're looking for the most efficient places to buy patents so that they can sue the maximum number of companies. So you can see it with auto companies basically becoming software companies. software companies getting into the auto industry, financial services companies doing mobile apps and Wi-Fi and websites. Everyone is becoming more high-tech, which increases their exposure to patent trolls. And that's why we're growing worldwide across all industries with companies of all sizes. No one's immune to this issue.
You work with a lot of startups. You mentioned earlier how the size, the volume of your community. What would there be one recommendation that you would have for first-time entrepreneurs?
Well, honestly, don't ignore the IP. Whatever it is that is the crux of your company, whatever it is you're banking your future and your capital on, make sure that you've protected it. File a patent, have trade secret protection, don't give it away. Make sure you understand what it is that differentiates you from everybody else and protect that. That is your crown jewel. That's step one. Then go to market, get a product, good for you, but you have to be thinking long term. Assume you're going to be successful and be the next Uber, the next Kayak, the next Google, whatever it might be. When you get large, you will be a target for patent trolls, and start being smart about IP and developing your strategy and how you're going to respond. Plan for success.
Ken Seddon, CEO of Lot Network, thank you for joining us to shed some little light on this trolling issue. If somebody wants to connect with you, maybe they want to find out more about your organization, how can they do that?
Of course, on our website, we have lots of information. We have a video and all the details about the free patents, as well as they can simply download the agreement. That is www.lotnet.com. All the information's on there and should be readily available.
Sounds good. And if you want to find more of my interviews, you can do that right here on ZDNet or Tech Republic, or go to my website, tonyahall.net. I've got links to all my social sites. Thanks for watching.